Hello and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Welcome to more coverage of the Battle for Hyrule. Your commentators today are Red Octorok and John Tabin. Folks, how are you today? And by the way, we're seeing our runners practice at the moment. John? Red Octorok, that was kind of your cue.
I'm well, thanks.
Awesome. Alright, so our runners should be good to go in about a minute or two. I think, John, you're taking care of starting them off, right? You're saying something, we can't hear you.
I think we may have lost John. No, he's back now.
And that's perfect. Alright, runners are starting in just a few seconds there. Your show, folks!
Hello, and welcome. We've got another Battle for Hyrule 2 race. This time we're doing second quest. This is CaptainGreen7 versus Ugondis. This is their round 1 of Swiss match. And they will be starting in a few seconds. I'm John Tabin. Joining me is Red Octorok. How you doing, Red Octo?
I am well, thanks. Excited to see the race.
We saw them warming up. Captain Green was practicing level 7 with White Sword, so I assume he's doing White Sword endgame. I'm pretty sure Ugondis is going to do the Magical Sword route, so we will see the difference between those. The optimal route in second quest is to skip the Magical Sword, but it makes things more dangerous, so we'll see how that plays out. Both runners start with the Sword Cave. This is an up A category, so they can continue like that to save a little bit of time from walking out of the cave. There's no... second quest is a bit more linear than first quest. There's no 3 first because it's item blocked. You can only do 1 first or 2 first. And in races, 1 first has some potential backups that you really don't have on 2 first routes. So both runners heading to level 1. If Captain Green is doing a money-making game route, he also needs 10 rupees along the way, so those 5 rupees he collected from the lever there are pretty useful, and he's up and A-ing to get his health back because it helps to have beams here. So they killed things on the overworld to get random chances on these Gurias. Ugondis got skunked. He got what we sometimes call the lucky 7 because we have bomb chances on 6 and 8 and a rupee on 7, and you often get a frustrating drop of that rupee. So bad luck there. These blue Gurias he's killing have a static bomb, so that's why he's up here. Alright, you got...
It's making good use of stay 1 tile to the right.
Yeah.
Or half tile to the right.
Yeah, if you don't have beams, that Guria room is a lot harder, so he stood back and played it well. So a little bit of a setback, but he's only a couple rooms behind. Captain Green is out of level 1, and he has 17 rupees, so he may do the money-making game now.
Like Ugondis is heading towards 2, maybe?
Oh yeah, I mixed them up. Yeah, Ugondis is out. It was Captain Green that didn't get the bomb. Yeah, I had them mixed up in my head. Yeah, Captain Green had the setback, having to go get the backup bombs. But yeah, on Ugondis' route, he's going to 2 next because he's not doing a money-making game route. And you see Captain Green continues. There is a nip where you can save and open the bomb after the reset, but it's a lot easier to do it the way he's doing it. He's going to save now, reset the console real quick, and the money-making game results happen in 4-frame windows. The animation of Link entering the cave establishes a frame rule, but the way he delayed it, there are 3 frame rules in a row, so he could get that more reliably. And I think he might have even adjusted to the left 50 because of what happened on the overworld. So he gets that first try. He has his candle.
It's fun that
over to level 2. Go ahead.
I was saying then, first quest you're going in all kind of random dungeon order, but at least here they're going 1, 2.
Yeah, I mean it's a little different dynamic. The first quest being a little bit more open some routing possibilities, but in second quest, the key routing is the big routing challenge because it's the whole quest is kind of key starved, and there are some choices to make. One choice you will see in the next room for Ugondis. This manhandla is one of the fastest of the optional keys, but also it's a manhandla. So he tries to get it, but he bails. He'll have to get a different key.
Yeah, kind of a key to bomb ratio on that one.
Yeah, because you do need bombs to finish off this level, so you can't just risk losing them all on manhandla. But remember, Shixel went through and timed every key in second quest. He was hoping he could find something better than the manhandla, and of course there isn't. If you kill a manhandla with 1 bomb in a room, you already have to go through anyway. It's going to be better than any other option, but it can also kill your run immediately. CaptainGreen grabbing the nice bomb drop for Ugondis from those red dark nuts. There is a static drop he could get later, but that lucky drop will probably save him some combat time.
They almost all lined up for him.
Yeah, and Captain Green does get the manhandla bomb and gets a bomb force with it, so he is he's going to be a key ahead. I
thought that piece was gonna bop Captain Green there. He was close.
Ugondis going ahead and going to get those static bombs anyway, so you can leave here with 8. Pressure in second quest isn't quite as bad as first quest, and in fact, in the late game, it's significantly less. But there are a couple of choke points when you need bombs, and you don't want to run out. Gleeok is, with the wooden sword, you might have noticed it was a lot of combat there that he managed to get through. It's 10 hits for the first head and 6 hits for the second. And one of the tough things about second quest casually is in the first quest, they very direct you to get to the white sword. Like there's a hint in level 3 and say like, have you gotten the sword by the waterfall yet? And expect you to have white sword, but in second quest, it's not a surprise at all if you find Gleeok with wood sword first, because even blind, because level 2 is under the blue ring shop from first quest, so often people look there first after completing first quest. Yeah, Ugondis, yeah, he had some trouble in the laggy woods.
That was me all day yesterday. Or no, that was earlier today. That's how long ago it was.
Oh yeah, that was this morning. So, Ugondis, the boss of level 6 is a Goma. Ugondis does not have bow and arrows. So what are we doing here? Well, we're going to go in and grab the ladder and leave. And the reason we do that is that in levels 4 and 5, there are a couple of keys that I think are just meant to troll casual players because they're river blocked. You can't get them unless you have the ladder, and you can't complete level 6 until you've gotten the item out of level 5. So it can be very confusing to find those blind. And it happens to be in the speedrun, it ends up being faster to just double dip 6 and have access to those keys.
Captain Green picking up the only 100 secret in second quest that I know of.
It is the only one. Yeah, there is only one. It's one of the reasons that money making game was routed in here first, because so Ugondis grabbing a potion from the grave. Left the he left a key behind that people often get on the ladder dive, but some people get it on the second trip to 6. So I guess he's going to do the ladder. Ladder with T's, not ladder with D's. And Captain Green is in for his own Mission Impossible underpowered ladder grab dive. Meanwhile, Ugondis world wrapping, and he's going to reverse world wrap here to clip into the woods here. Going to head over to level 3, which is at the first quest level 2 location.
I remember the first time doing that, and then thinking I'd end up on the other side of the world, not just the next screen over like normal, and I was like, oh, yeah, right. There goes my plans.
That clip on the coast works different from other stuff because the ladder's involved. In Randomizer, you can still do that on Mirrored Overworld. It's the only place you can clip through a barrier going the other direction, because the ladder changes how it works somehow. I don't quite understand it all. Ugondis kills those Dodongos, obviously on a magical sword route, because white swords usually skip that unless they just need bombs from the Dodongos. And it's going to kill these wall masters. Second quest level 3, the only vanilla dungeon where the boss with the heart container is not right before the Triforce. You see that in randomizer dungeons a lot, but in the vanilla game, this is just really bizarre. And a lot of second quest is just taking the expectations you've set from first quest about how the game works and just throwing curveballs.
Nice fairy room from Ugondis there. Fun to see.
So Captain Green is... I think Captain Green's going to do 8 next, while Ugondis does 4. In this, Captain Green's doing basically the world record route. I think he took... Did he take the heart container in 1? I didn't notice, but sometimes that's skipped for beams, but I think he took it for safety. But doing this level 8's... I mean, level 8's huge in second quest. We see a very small percentage of it in the any percent run. It's a Gorilla dungeon there, and these boomerangs that do 1 heart of damage are everywhere, so it's a little scary on this route. And on Ugondis' route, he's going to get the white sword and then do 4 before 8, probably. That boulder he pushed on the way over is the entrance to level 4. It is our bracelet blocked, so our bracelet is required in second quest, optional in first quest.
So Ugondis got his white sword, and that's probably all he'll have for the rest of the run, right?
No, I think Ugondis is getting heart container, so he's going to get...
Okay.
He's going to get the magical sword.
Makes more sense.
The white sword, because these 2 levels are up here near the river, even the TAS, it's faster for the white sword because there are bosses that, like the Patras and Gleox, are sped up by the white sword enough that, and you can't kill those with bombs. The first quest TAS does everything with wood sword and bombs. The second quest TAS actually does get the white sword. And then the RTA world record route is very close to the TAS route in second quest, which is not the case at all in first quest. It's quite challenging.
Captain Green with low hearts did a great job dodging all those little fireballs.
Yep, a little dangerous, but he's out. He got through level 8 pretty quick, and then Red Bubble didn't die. But he'll get his white sword and then join Ugondis in 4. And based on his routing, this will be the only sword upgrade for him.
Or Ugondis, he got stuck in a block there for a second. No, it was intentional.
Well, he did that.
Yeah,
he did that. We clip into that. Clipping into that block is the best way to handle this room, because these red bubbles take your sword away permanently, and then you have to chase the blue bubble to get it back. Unfortunately, he didn't have beams, so he couldn't clear the whole room from the block, but he got the clip, so he managed to speed it up that way.
It's the closest game of tag I think they have on the NES.
Room Ugondis is clearing out has a key. He has full bombs, so he doesn't need... There are some backup bombs to the left, but he doesn't need them. It's nice. And you see that ladder deploying. This keys room is one of the troll keys. He just picked it up. You didn't see it because he was on top of it when he killed the keys, but that's one of the keys that makes the ladder dive pay off time-wise.
And a money bullet
Ugondis playing... Yeah. So we got the... there are 3 mean old men in second quest, I think, and 2 of them we encounter in the speedrun. So Ugondis paid life there because he's collecting heart containers. He wants his all 12 to get the magical... Well, to get up to 12 to get the magical sword. You'll notice Captain Green does not have 50 rupees, so he's going to pay life there. Give up a heart container. As you see, so Ugondis kills the Dig Dogger, which is the boss, but we are not done. And path through the Triforce room is the only way to get to the raft, which is required to progress into level 5. Another trick second quest has up its sleeve. This gauntlet of rooms here is pretty tough, you'll see.
Now, does Second Quest have a lot of names for the rooms, or does it not get played enough to have like fun names? Like, does Ugondis' room have a name?
I mean, it's the raft room. I've never heard anything more interesting than just calling it the raft room.
That just means chat gets to name it.
Almaeus, maybe.
It's the J7. I don't even know what that other. We'd have to dip into some different languages there for that one.
I'm just first to the raft. He just has to walk back and grab the Triforce, and then he will do level 8, which Captain Green has already done. Even though it looks like Captain Green is a few rooms behind, he's actually a little ahead. He's the dungeon that you got. Well, he hasn't done 3, but 8 is longer than 3, so he probably has a slightly. Though neither are super long.
The second quest is kind of interesting because so far all the races we've seen, everybody's gone like a slightly different path than their like direct competitor, like which kind of makes it more fun.
Yeah, we have we have initially 6, now 5 because someone had to withdraw. So there aren't that many runners, and 2 of them are doing White Sword, and I think 3 of us are doing Magical Sword. And I'm getting Blue Ring, and the different Magical Sword routes, I think everyone's routing their keys and stuff just slightly, and potions and so forth, just slightly different. But, like I said, it is more linear than First Quest, but there are some choices in the mid game for how to order things.
Captain Green just finishing up his J7 awkward tea room here. Some fun swag. I feel like you can get that right, the press right before you grab it, and then I feel like there's like a second when you're holding it that you can still press your sword, but that might just be like I brain Lane. A little like sideways Link stabbing his sword.
No, it's just if you just have to push it on the frame where you grab the item, and it's not that hard to do it pointing left, but doing it pointing other directions, people can pivot and get him to throw a sword up or down. I've gotten an up stab on the hoist exactly once. I think Black mentioned to me he's never gotten any direction other than left because he doesn't go for it. So yeah, Captain Green, you saw Captain Green reset there. He had to at least save or continue because it's the fastest way to get to the next level. But he's probably he probably reset to know his counts for sure. Level 5 is our first Wizrope dungeon. It's well, not counting 6 where we didn't kill anything. Keeping his potion out. I don't know if he's going to up A or not. Some people are and some people aren't in the when they get to the bow here. It is you are back on 3 hearts when you up A, so there are some advantages. And there's also a Goma key that you can route in if you don't up A. So, but first we have to kill these Wizropes in the spiral. Oh, we got a bomb force there. That's nice. Especially on a white sword route, getting more bomb forces is critical for extra damage. He's trying to double clip here. You can't, because of the way the grid works, you have to clip up first before you can clip down in that direction. Going the other direction, it works the other way because the grid's funny. Ugondis getting his 100 secret now. Probably gonna buy arrows and then go into 5.
A lot of room in the red bubbles there, but they are scary. To go very
Captain
wide
Green, Captain Green did up A at the bow, which is the optimal route, but it leaves him with 3 hearts, and he has quite a few rooms of not so much combat until he gets to the boss, but some really hairy Wizrobe dodging rooms. So let's see how he does. He does have a potion in his pocket, I believe. This room is scary because you can't... Oh! Take the death there. That room's scary because you have to... you can't take a red bubble and then leave because you got a shutter behind you and then you don't have another blue bubble and you have a Gleeok, so you need a sword to finish. So you'd have to up A and go back if you go through that door. So that's... He stopped there because I don't think he got red bubbled, but he... Obviously there are Wizrobe beams flying everywhere too, so it's tough. Ugondis now into the Wizrobe spiral. He has magical sword, so bomb force here is less important. Or no, he has white sword.
He has white sword.
Still, sorry. Yeah, but what I mean is, yeah, he'll have magical sword later on, so having bombs into 7 is a little less important. But it's still not that bad a room. Just have a few bombs.
Is there anything in that Goma room? Was there a key there?
Yes, there is a key in the Goma room, and if Ugondis is not up A at the bow, so he may get the Goma key. He's taking his arrows out, so that's probably what he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems like they'd give you something for killing a boss.
Yeah. I like that, because he skipped the Manhandle key, so routing the Goma key in makes up for that. And now they're on the same key route. And it's a nice double clip on the way back by Ugondis. Captain Green up to Gleeok. Ooh.
3 heads and 2 hearts. Oh no.
Yikes. He's pause buffering. That's not a problem with the stream. He's being select to dodge a little better.
I always panic and press start, and then that's just terrible.
Now, Captain Green's going to recorder here. What this does is he triggering the raft and the whistle at the same time confuses the game and wrong warps you to north and west of the level. Now, in second quest, the whistle goes to the first quest locations, and the Triforces are a little bit non-intuitive. The level 8 Triforce is, as far as the game concerns, level 7. So he whistled to first quest 7 with the level 8 Triforce, and the recorder sent him into the graveyard. So we're back in 6. He's getting that key now. Ugondis is finishing up Gleeok himself. He's also down to 3 hearts.
Yeah, those heads gave him tons of clearance. Right. They were just way to the left there.
Alright, we're both out of 5. And Ugondis will be right behind Captain Green, doing the same recorder trick to get to the graveyard. Now, Captain Green's going to ladder clip here. The intended route is to take a staircase in the previous room. Oh, no.
Stuck?
Oh, no.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
oh, there you go. Whoa, that was crazy.
Yeah, he got, like, knocked on the wrong axis. That was scary. Okay, so he's potioning, which is smart. He probably wanted to save that potion for 7 and 9, but that was a situation where things got really scary. Yeah, so the intended route is to take the staircase in the room before and then come out here. And then you'd have to bomb and backtrack to get the key he picked up there. But the ladder clip saves that. This two-headed Gleeok is not the boss. We have a lot of mini-bosses in second quest. It's one of them. That red bubble hit actually doesn't matter because the only thing left to kill is a Goma. And, of course, you use arrows for Goma, and you get your sword back when you grab the Triforce, as well as a filling with a potion, or an overworld fairy fountain, or a blue bubble. Or a save and reset. Ugondis has an issue here. He doesn't have a bomb to open. I guess saying it wasn't as important for him to get the bomb force was a bit of a curse, because he's taking the intended route, as I mentioned, but he won't be able to bomb the wall to double back for that key. And the backups remaining are not great, but they do exist. There's a key in 9 that's kind of tough, but maybe that's his plan. So Captain Green, what he did, he up 8 after 6 and took the any road from near start up to here. So he's going to do level 3 now and fill up his health before doing 7, which is like first quest 8 on steroids with many, many, many dark nuts.
Getting the heart. Is he gonna get magical sword too?
Yeah.
Or just getting an extra? Yeah.
Probably not. Probably not. It's probably just a safety play. Probably wanted the bombs from the Dodongos anyway, and figured I might as well kill them off and take the heart. It's a race. More health is better.
Yeah, and it's not out of the way. Like I know most runners in level 8 don't go grab it in an OG. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in world record attempts, people want to be at 6 hearts in level 9 so they can force a fairy after the up A at the silver arrows and get back to beams. But obviously that's super dangerous, and people running that route die constantly. So in a race, stopping to grab an extra heart container is perfectly reasonable. Speaking of extra heart containers, you saw Ugondis get the heart container from the grave site where Captain Green got the potion. Oh, maybe he didn't. I don't know. Well, at any rate, he's getting this heart container, which is up in Death Mountain in second quest, and also up in Death Mountain is the magical sword. So this detour that Ugondis is making is the big divergence. You know, the levels are in slightly different orders, but the main thing is this long walk to get the magical sword, which is so far out of the way, which is why the white sword endgame is RTA viable. But that said, doing the endgame with white sword is quite challenging. So the race, Captain Green's lead here certainly isn't insurmountable.
Use of the down clips for Captain Green there.
Yeah, he managed to clip and then stab to get through on iframes. Very impressive that he kept health through that. Yeah. Manhandle unfortunately gives him a fairy instead of a bomb. He only took one bomb to kill him, so it's not that terrible, but not what he wanted.
Oh, Ugondis left some bombs. It's not in the way, though. So.
Yeah, he was getting hurt, and bombs are super crucial on Captain Green's route. You can see him initially attacking with bombs, because these Darknuts have 8 hit points of damage, and that's 2 swings with the magical sword, but it's 4 swings with the white sword, so to keep going fast, you need to place bombs well, and in that first lagoon, he placed them very well. You can see how quickly he took it out. They both get fairies from Manhandle. That one might have been a random fairy, but the other one might have been forced. Actually, either of them could have been random. I didn't see if he got it or anything. But all right, Captain Green struggling with Goma here a bit. That's some. It is possible to one cycle every Goma pattern, but it's quite a bit more difficult if he goes right or left, especially right.
Now, is this both in 7 their convergence?
Yeah. There's nothing else besides 7 and 9. Captain Green looks like he's building a count on. He's building a count on the mean old man. Presumably to try and get a bomb force on the Darknuts coming up.
Getting his revenge
every
for
time
having to get rid of a heart.
Yeah. Every time you stab the old man, it counts as a kill, so for the purposes of bomb manipulation, you can... There, he gets it. Why is that fairy running away? There we go.
Do you think that was an intended, thing for the old man stab? I'm surprised he even is
Yeah, he was building up the count so he could force that bomb.
No, I mean, when they programmed the game, do you think they had...
Oh, that's a good question. Well, they definitely wanted the old man to start shooting fireballs at you when you stabbed him, but I'm not sure why how much thought, if any, was put in to how it increments the consecutive count.
Yeah.
May have just been a side effect of how they were programming the rest of the enemies. I don't know. So Captain Green is in the 3rd and final lagoon before the 4-headed Gleeok. Out of bombs, but this room gives you a static bomb pack. Like I said, there's not the kind of late-game bomb pressure that we have in First Quest. And Ugondis catching up, despite the detour from the magical sword. You can see how
powerful that... Yeah.
Yeah.
His refill now. I grouped in the corner there, so.
And Ugondis just one room behind for Gleeok. His Gleeok fight will be faster because he has the magical sword, so. We're gonna have a race into 9.
Oh, and a fairy on the kill. That's
that's swaggy. So we got another recorder here. This time we're gonna recorder to the First Quest 6 location, and northwest of that happens to be right next to level 9, which is all the way in the far northwest. Oh. The Zola was mean to Captain Green and gave Ugondis time to catch up just a little bit. This is going to be close. Oh, well, Ugondis messed up He must have recorded to 4 instead of 6, which is... Triforces that open it are confused, but...
Killing that Zola.
The Zola or Zora. That's the same word in Japanese. The Z1 handbook, the Z1 instructions say Zola. The subsequent games say Zora. It's the same word in Japanese.
Another J7 awkward T room.
Yeah, so he's went through that maze room. This is the Silver Arrow room, which is a big Wizrobe combat fight in Second Quest 9. It's not like First Quest 9 where there are like 3 more of them, unless you're getting the key, which Ugondis might need. Yeah, he's down a key, so he's gonna have to do a tough room. Does have magical sword, so it's not. Oh, Ugondis gave up on the recorder and looks like he walked up.
No.
But, okay, now Captain Green is up Aang at the Silver Arrows, which is a little faster. Of course, he's at 3 hearts. He does have a potion still. I don't know if he set up a ferry. Usually people set up a ferry on the Land Mola coming up, because there are 10 Land Mola segments, so if you up A at 6, you can get a ferry here. And if you up A at less than 6, you can get a ferry on an enemy in the next couple rooms. Did get the Rupee Force, so he's somewhere greater than 10. No ferry. He must have gone past it somewhere, but it's a couple of hearts for his trouble, and he does still have a potion.
Silver arrows deal 3 damage, is that right?
4. They're the same as magical sword and bombs.
Yeah. You remember if they were the weird one out?
Yeah. There's not much chance to use them in vanilla because they don't hurt Wizrobes. So yeah, you saw him. He shot the likes with them a little bit. And by the way, that room that Captain Green just bombed out of is the room where Ugondis is going to need to get a key. And Ugondis did not up A at the Silver Arrows. He's taking the no up A path, which is this staircase. This will take him south of the Land Mola room, and he will probably bomb up into it. Captain Green potioning now.
That's a scary room there.
Yeah. Second Quest 9 has a lot less combat, but a lot scarier dodging. It's a slightly different challenge, and very challenging, despite the difference. If that made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the second to last Patra that Captain Green is fighting now. Red Ring is just to the left, so that is an option if they get in real trouble.
You have to bomb it, or is it an invisible walkthrough wall?
It's a it's a walkthrough. It's an invisible walkthrough, and there's a land molas to kill, but it's not like First Quest where it's way out of the way.
So far, the races we've seen, nobody's gotten the red ring in Second Quest yet, so it'll be fun to see in a race.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it would probably just be a fallback if someone was in trouble. The problem is if you are in real trouble, then the land molas are dangerous too. So
yeah,
there's a relatively narrow set of circumstances, and Ugondis got that that level 9 key and not give him too much trouble, so he's not far behind. Now this last Patra, yeah, this is some people think this is the worst room in either quest because between the fireball turrets and the expanding Patra, it's really dangerous. Captain Green almost done. He fainted back there, obviously hoping that the Patra would drop some health, and did not. But he's into the Ganon fight.
Oh
no! Oh, no! Well,
was that a Ganon hit?
Yeah, I think Ganon touched him and did 4 hearts of damage. So it's Ugondis' race to lose now.
How long of a walk back is that from?
It's a ways. There's no more combat. The Landmola will come back every other time. It's the only enemy that works that way. But yeah, it's just the rooms we saw. He's gonna have to walk back through. Yeah, I think Ugondis could win this game 1.
Ugondis having to take his last potion, right? If I saw correctly.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Well, he's gonna have to start that fight over. This could be one of those Well, I don't want to curse it. Let's see what happens.
Does the whistle strats for the patchwork on second quest the same, or because of the bubbles?
Yeah. Well, the whistling on Patra, you can time out his cycles, so you don't see people do that often. But yeah, I think it works on that Patra too. It should. I don't see why it wouldn't. All right, and Ugondis with the magical sword just takes 4 hits, and he will. He wins game 1 with a 39-15, and Captain Green forfeits, and
GG.
Let's open them another race room. Hang on a sec.
Man, that was quite the turnaround there. The last.
Yeah. Exciting one. Should have done this while they were 9, but